Let's take the lead, now we're working together. A people with passion, filled with pride. It's the independence of our island, Saint Lucia. A feeling of greatness and joy inside. From the deep blue sea to Mount Jimmy, we're so proud to be Lucian. We are free, we have rights, let us all unite and give the best to our nation. Lucians all as one, the sea, the sand and sun, the land we call our
home. One people, shaping our destiny. Devant a song.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to establish protocol. Honorable Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Economic Development, the Youth Economy, and Minister for Justice and National Security. Honorable Alvina Reynolds, President of the Senate. Mr. Javed Samuel, Keynote Speaker and Mistress Samuel. Her Excellency, Dame Paulette Louisi, former Governor General of Saint Lucia. Members of the Cabinet, Parliamentary Secretaries, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Cabinet Secretary, and Chair of the Independence Committee, Mr. Auguste Degazon. Permanent Secretaries, Co-Chair of the Independence Committee, Mr. Calvin Lee, Deputy Permanent Chairpersons of Statutory Boards, Deputy Permanent Secretaries, Heads of Government Departments and Chief Technical Officers, Heads of Statutory Boards, Heads of Private Sector Agencies, National Carnival Queen, Ms. Shanice Butcher, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the media. Good evening. At this time, Ms. Alanis Emmanuel, Program Assistant in the Office of the Prime Minister, will welcome you all.
Allow me to adopt the protocol already established. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and to those of you viewing from the comfort of your homes and abroad. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the 2024 Independence Lecture. On the 22nd of February, Saint Lucia will observe 45 years of independence, a time to celebrate and reflect on the significant strides that we have made as a country and recommit to shaping its future. This Independence 45 lecture marks the beginning of a series of public lectures which will be undertaken by the government of Saint Lucia to serve as a platform for the dissemination of information, the exchange of ideas, and the cultivation of critical thinking. It is the vision of the Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, that fora such as these can inspire positive change, foster unity, and uphold the values that define our nation. The Independence Lecture has also provided a platform to celebrate and learn from distinguished Saint Lucians who have served as guest lecturers such as Dr. Hyginus Leon, Mr. Cecil St. Jules, Honorable Dr. Didicus Jules, Mr. Vladimir Lucien, Dr. Jan-Yves Remy, to name a few. And tonight, we welcome Mr. Javed Samuel to this illustrious list of presenters. Thank you for your presence, and I encourage you to actively engage in this evening's lecture. I hope that it will ignite a sense of pride and responsibility in each of us as we continue to strive for a brighter future for our beloved country, Saint Lucia. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Emmanuel. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing the featured speaker at our Independence Lecture under our 45th Independence theme, Devant un Somme, Building a Nation Through Unity, Resilience, and Creativity. The date, February 22nd, 1979, marks one of the most significant milestones in Saint Lucian history and is a date that every Saint Lucian knows by heart. What some of us may not know, however, is that the late 1970s was also a period of rapid technological development, which produced innovations such as the first home video cassette recorder, the first personal computer with color graphics, and the first supercomputer. Our nation has grown alongside this industry, producing our own technological giants, such as our esteemed speaker. Speaking on the topic, Engineering St. Lucia's Development Through Technology Innovation, I am pleased to introduce to you our speaker, the Vice President of NCC Group's Specialized Cryptography Services Division, Assistant Chief Examiner for CSEC Additional Mathematics, a member of the First National Bank Board Information Technology Subcommittee, and a son of the soil. He has worked on several projects with CARICOM and DCash with the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. This has included analyzing digital currency usage, modernizing the payment system, and enhancing problem-solving skills. He previously served on the board of Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, where he focused on information technology and e-learning initiatives. His impressive academic credentials include a master's in engineering and a bachelor's in science in computer science and management science, with minors in economics and mathematics from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, as well as a master's in science in applied and computational mathematics at Oxford University as a Rhodes Scholar. Tonight, he will be sharing some of his knowledge with us, touching on topics such as the roots of innovation, integrating the youth economy with technology, and workforce transformation, all aptly suited to the digital era that we now inhabit and must learn how to thrive in. So without any further ado, let us welcome our Independence lecturer, Mr. Javed Samuel. Please welcome him on stage. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, fellow sons and daughters of our beloved St. Lucia, good evening. Please allow me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. It is with immense pride and a deep sense of humility that I stand before you tonight to commemorate the 45th anniversary of our nation's independence. As we gather under the theme, Devant un Somme, Building a Nation through Unity, Resilience, and Creativity, we should all ask ourselves the following questions on the slides to my left and right. What do these values mean to each of us here? How do we see them reflected in our daily lives? Where do we want to see our nation in the next 5 years when we celebrate our Golden Jubilee? What nation do we want our children and grandchildren to inherit in the next 30 years? I am reminded of the journey that we as a nation and I personally have embarked on. I was born on this beautiful island a couple years after our independence, a land of unparalleled beauty, innovative people, and vibrant culture. My roots in Saint Lucia are not just a matter of my birth, but the foundation of my identity, regardless of where I am. In 1998, as a student at Vieux-Fort Comprehensive Secondary School, I had the honor of placing first in the CSEC examinations in St. Lucia and overall academic performance awardee from CXC. Subsequently, I completed advanced levels, A-levels in 1 year, as opposed to the usual 2 years, and was awarded one of the National Island Scholarships. I do not say this to brag, but to have it serve as a testament to the strength and potential of our education system and the unyielding support of family and community. It proves that our achievements can shine well beyond the borders of our country. We recently celebrated Nobel Laureate Week, honoring Sir Arthur Lewis and Sir Derek Walcott, who have ensured that Saint Lucia has the most Nobel Prize winners, the most Nobel Prize awardees per capita in the world. Julian Alfred's continued impressive performances in the athletic world also demonstrates our ability to not just compete, but excel on the world stage. We should all continue to strive for excellence. My father, a man of great wisdom and kindness, was my most influential teacher. He was a child of humble beginnings with a single mother. When I was 7 and my father was in his early 30s, he was diagnosed with renal failure at a time when there were no dialysis facilities in Saint Lucia. His perseverance, trust in God, and collaboration from the community were instrumental in him living for 30 more years, despite the overwhelming odds against him. His recent passing in 2020 has been a profound loss, not just to our family, but to the many lives he touched, particularly within our community of Auger. He believed deeply in the power of education, not just as a means to an end, but as a journey towards becoming a well-rounded human being. His teachings went beyond textbooks, emphasizing the value of empathy, respect, and understanding. My mother, who was also a teacher at the Auger Combined School, played a critical role in my early education, and for this, I thank her. Today, as we celebrate our nation's journey, I carry his spirit with me, a guiding light in all of my endeavors. My early success was a stepping stone that propelled me onto the world stage, leading me to the prestigious halls of MIT and later Oxford University as a Rhodes Scholar. These experiences broadened my horizons, taught me valuable skills, but my heart always remained tethered to Saint Lucia. These formative years in Saint Lucia were not just about academic achievements. They were a time of learning from the people of Saint Lucia. From the Sulphur Springs to the bustling streets of Castries and Vieux Fort, every corner of our island imparted lessons of resilience, community, and the joy of meaningful living. The road to MIT and Oxford was paved with challenges and triumphs. At MIT, immersed in a world of technology and innovation, I learned the importance of thinking beyond boundaries, of envisioning a future where technology serves humanity. Oxford, with its rich history and diverse community, taught me the value of perspectives, the importance of understanding different cultures and viewpoints. My experience as a Rhodes Scholar afforded me the opportunity to interact with colleagues who have subsequently rose to influential positions across the globe and who continue to provide valuable insight. These experiences were not just about acquiring knowledge. They were about shaping a worldview, one that sees beyond the self, understanding our interconnectedness and the responsibility we bear towards each other and our planet. My career in the United States has been rewarding, offering opportunities to work with some of the brightest minds. But no matter where my professional life took me, my heart and efforts remain aligned with St. Lucia and the Caribbean. I have continually pursued roles that allow me to collaborate with several Caribbean-based financial, educational, and technology bodies. This is more than just a role and is a commitment to give back, to contribute to the growth and development of our region. I believe that our future lies in harnessing our collective talents, in creating opportunities that allow St. Lucia and the wider Caribbean to shine and excel on the global stage. The theme of our independence celebration resonates deeply with me. Unity is our strength, whether facing natural disasters or global challenges. Our resilience, tested and proven, is the bedrock upon which we build our future. Creativity is our heritage. We need to use our creativity and innovation to forge a path forward. As a husband and father of 2 boys, Sion and Dominic, I strive to instill in my children the same values I was raised with by my parents and the community of St. Lucia. In them and our youth, I see the future of St. Lucia, a future that I believe is bright, where we convert the untapped potential that we possess. Our youth represents our hopes, dreams, and the potential for a world that is more connected, empathetic, and innovative. Ladies and gentlemen, let us delve into the heart of our discussion tonight: engineering St. Lucia's development through technology innovation. We will first focus on 3 key building blocks, then discuss how technology can be integrated into the economy, and finally, workforce transformation. We start with critical thinking, which is clear, reasonable, reflective thinking focused on deciding what to do, what to believe or do. It means asking probing questions. How do we know? Or, is this true in every case or just in this instance? It involves being skeptical and challenging assumptions rather than simply memorizing facts or blindly accepting what you hear or read. Our people, for example, should not simply believe everything they read or hear on social media without verification. Critical thinkers are usually curious and reflective people. They like to explore and probe new areas and seek knowledge, clarification, and new solutions. They ask pertinent questions, evaluate statements and arguments, and distinguish between facts and opinions. They are also willing to examine their own beliefs, possessing humility that allows them to admit a lack of knowledge or understanding when needed. They are open to changing their minds. Perhaps most of all, they actively enjoy learning. And seeking new knowledge is a lifelong pursuit. Let us all ask ourselves the questions on the slides. Singapore, an island roughly the same area as St. Lucia, has developed a highly educated, innovative, and technology-focused workforce with a GDP per capita more than 6 times that of ours, as can be seen in the graph on the side. About 25 years ago, Singapore launched the Thinking Schools Learning Nations initiative, which focuses on critical thinking skills. The goal is to nurture a thinking culture in schools and promote lifelong learning among students. acquire and understand the core thinking skills and the processes involved in using them, applying these skills in real-life decision-making and problem-solving situations, develop positive habits to become critical, creative, and self-regulated thinkers. Let us now review a couple of critical thinking examples. Medical professionals demonstrate critical thinking when they create a differential diagnosis list based on their patient's symptoms and their presentation. Our fisherfolk display critical thinking when they plan their fishing route to maximize their catch despite the unpredictable nature of fishing. Our auto mechanics use critical thinking when they follow a process of elimination to pinpoint the cause of a braking system fault. Now, let us quickly review a mathematics-based example in an agricultural setting. We have two farmers who have a barter system where pigs are worth $300 and goats are worth $210. When one farmer owes the other money, he pays the debt in pigs or goats, with change received in the form of goats or pigs as necessary. For example, a $390 debt could be paid with 2 pigs, that is worth $600, and 1 goat received in change, minus $210. The farmers are arguing and trying to determine what is the smallest debt that this barter system can support. The first thing when given a problem that may seem difficult is to try to simplify the problem. And one of the insights that we want to have here is that we can find a way to make the numbers smaller. And we can do that by using highest common factor, which some of you may remember from primary school days, and which results in a highest common factor of 30 for 210 and 300. This reduces the problem to equating the cost for pigs at 10 and goats at 7. From there, we can then see that the smallest value we can achieve is going to be $1. And can anyone see how you get the $1? It would be by 5 pigs for 7 goats. 5 times 10, 50, and 7 times 7, 49. Since we originally divided by 30, we need to again multiply by 30, resulting in a final answer for the smallest debt that could be supported as $30. This problem is actually a mathematical lemma. We'll provide an exact answer called Bezot's lemma, which basically states that an equation of that type is going to be solved by finding the highest common factor. However, what I want to demonstrate here is that we're able to use critical thinking to have this key insight of simplifying the problem. These examples demonstrate some of the steps required for critical thinking. Now we turn to data-driven decision-making, where we make informed choices based on empirical evidence and data analysis rather than simply opinion or intuition. This should involve collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data to gain insights and guide strategic, tactical, and operational decisions. We need to look at ways of enhancing the decision-making skills within our education system and use case studies more frequently to encourage students to think dynamically. The case study method is a way of teaching and learning about situations and challenges and how individuals or groups might react to them. It allows students to apply what they have learned to real-life settings using acquired knowledge and skills to solve realistic problems. The cabaret competition during this year's Independence celebration was a great initiative demonstrating how students were able to design and build a variety of wooden vehicles, with some even having technology enhancements. We should certainly encourage initiatives like this in future years. We can look at ways of enhancing our national annual science fair to include a program similar to the Young Scientist Challenge from the US that encourages students to solve everyday problems using science and innovation and create a 2-minute video clip. Some suggested areas that were included in this year's challenge are displayed here. The third block, collaboration, is crucial. We must forge a strong bond uniting government, private sector, academia, the diaspora, and international partners. It is only through collaboration that we can truly foster innovation. Collaboration allows us to amplify our impact, share our unique insights, and learn from the global community. Our small size, often seen as a limitation, could in fact be an asset. It allows us to be nimble, responsive, and efficient in adapting new technologies and skills and ideas. Imagine a Saint Lucia where government policies actively encourage innovation, where the private sector invests in cutting-edge technology, where schools are not just centers of learning, but hubs of research and development. Can we envision a nation where international partnerships are not just about aid, but exchange of ideas, of knowledge, of technology? We also need to be cognizant of the social challenges that we face, where we need both technology and non-technology solutions. Addressing crime and improving public safety is essential for creating a conducive environment for economic growth, job creation, and human development. Technology-based solutions can help us address this problem. Recently, Optronics launched their We Patrol app, which is designed to enhance community safety in St. Lucia by providing a mechanism to anonymously report crimes and accidents. We need to continue to see innovative solutions such as this to solve current problems. I will now turn my attention to discuss how we can integrate the youth economy with current and emerging technologies to engineer St. Lucia's development through innovation. Our youth need to be creators and builders of technology in addition to users of technology for the future development of St. Lucia. Digital transformation requires society to use innovative technologies that help them become more responsive, accountable, agile, and efficient. The only way that St. Lucia can thrive in the digital era is to embrace technological change and create a culture of innovation in which people and organizations experiment, learn, and develop. There must be a commitment to staying the course and a willingness to resist outside forces or pressures that seek to undermine digital transformation. We must break down the silos in order to improve collaboration. We as a people need to also use the online services provided by our institutions. Do we use DigiGov to renew our driver's licenses? Do we use IRD's e-filing application to file our taxes? Do we use online payments to pay Lucilec and Wasco? Do we use the newly deployed online immigration forms? Here in St. Lucia, we have several companies that have made great strides in the technology space, led by young St. Lucian founders. We need to encourage and provide tangible support to our entrepreneurs who are building technology-based solutions to solve some of our current challenges. Medial health is a medical technology startup founded by Stephen Felix, who is right here tonight. Medial Health's mission is to make healthcare more efficient by having patients' medical records follow them to any medical center they visit through a decentralized health information system. They are building an electronic health system for providers on a mobile patient portal. Penny Pinch, founded by Martin Hanna, is a fintech startup that offers a mobile-first alternative to money management and spending. The Penny Pinch mobile app enables the banked and on-the-bank to open a mobile wallet and have access to a range of merchant, bill payment, peer-to-peer transactions, and remittance services. Optronics is a technology company founded by Keegan Patrick and Sherigan Rosary, and our Mistress of Ceremony is also part of Optronics. Optronics focuses on not only developing technology solutions to help accelerate economic growth in the Caribbean, but also on teaching the next generation skills needed to get into the technology industry. We need to continue to encourage all of these young entrepreneurs and the others. Cybersecurity, an area I have devoted a considerable part of my professional career, is of paramount importance in today's interconnected world, where virtually every aspect of our lives, from personal communications to critical infrastructure, relies on digital technology. I've had the opportunity to collaborate with many of the leading technology companies such as Google, Microsoft, and Facebook to help secure their protocols and applications. Even these companies, with their billions of dollars, face considerable challenges in protecting their users and need to continually invest in cybersecurity. The cyber threat landscape is constantly evolving, with cyber criminals employing increasingly sophisticated techniques to breach networks, steal data, and disrupt services. Threat actors range from individual hackers to organized crime syndicates and even state-sponsored groups. Cybersecurity measures must safeguard personal information, financial records, intellectual property, and other sensitive data from unauthorized access, theft, or misuse. In the Caribbean, we are not immune to cyber attackers, and multiple entities such as Massey Group, Courts, TSTT from Trinidad, and currently Western Union within Saint Lucian and other countries have all faced recent cyber attacks that have impacted their service delivery. Cybersecurity awareness must be built from the ground up all the way to the board of directors, as a compromise can begin with something as simple as a phishing email. We must incorporate cybersecurity as a key priority and educate our youth on how to use technology in a safe and secure manner. This should include the following tips that describe various ways to protect your accounts and networks. Now we move on to emerging technologies. Artificial intelligence, a term that once belonged in the realms of science fiction, is now an integral part of our reality, influencing and transforming multiple sectors from healthcare to finance. Its evolution is opening doors to possibilities that were once deemed impossible. Consider the potential of AI in enhancing our agriculture sector. We may be able to analyze historical and real-time data to better able to predict crop yields and manage risk, including the impact of adverse weather conditions like hurricanes. However, to make effective use of such technology, we need to have more robust data collection and improve our data analysis curriculum in our education sector. Saint Lucia has made a significant investment in collecting census data, and we need to effectively use this information to improve the quality of life for our people. Can our youth build AI-enabled tools to help us determine key trends from the 2022 census data on what we should focus on for the next 5 to 10 years? Another area is AI's role in education, which presents an avenue to revolutionize how we approach learning. Tailoring education to meet the individual needs of students could be transformative. AI can assist in creating personalized learning plans, identifying strengths and weaknesses, and providing targeted resources and support. This approach could lead to more effective education outcomes, ensuring that each student has the opportunity to reach their full potential, and we no longer have a one-size-fits-all model in our education system. Robotics also marks a transformative chapter in human capability and ingenuity. The field of robotics is not just about medical marvels. It is a gateway to a future where efficiency, precision, and intelligent design redefine how we approach everyday tasks and complex challenges. Imagine robotic technology in healthcare where precision and consistency are paramount, leading to safer surgeries and more accurate diagnosis. In manufacturing, robots can handle repetitive, hazardous tasks, reducing workplace injuries and increasing production efficiency. To bring this closer to home, the introduction of robotics in agriculture could transform the industry from traditional farming practices to high-efficiency, technology-driven operations. Such advancements could significantly boost our economy, positioning Saint Lucia as a leader in technologically advanced agriculture in the Caribbean. In Saint Lucia, we had Optronics lead a group of students at the first global international robotics competition last year. Can our youth build or augment robotic-based solutions to solve some of our current problems? Augmented and virtual reality, AR and VR, is another technology advancement in the world today with significant potential to improve the education system. AR and VR introduces students to immersive digital experiences that cannot be replicated through traditional teaching methods, enabling them to better engage with complex material beyond just lectures and textbooks, while enabling lecturers to customize content for individual learning styles. Augmented reality can also enhance travelers' experiences by overlaying digital information onto the physical world, providing interactive and immersive exploration. This technology is important for enriching cultural understanding, improving navigation, personalizing experiences, and increasing engagement, revolutionizing how tourists interact with Saint Lucia. Can our youth build AR VR apps that provide information about the history of various landmarks in Saint Lucia as part of our community tourism program? Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach the final segment of our discourse, let us delve into a critical aspect of our technological journey: workforce transformation. At the heart of our transformative journey is education. It is the beacon that lights the path to our future, a future where innovation and critical thinking are paramount. Our current approaches in the education system are too theoretical, resulting in students graduating without sufficient real-world exposure, particularly in emerging technology fields. We are tasked with creating an environment where education is not passive but active, where learning is not just theoretical but practical. We need to ensure that our education system teaches our youth to be resilient, resourceful, and curious. Imagine classrooms that are no longer confined spaces but incubators for future technologies. Here, students do not just learn about new technologies from a book, but they engage with these new technologies as part of their daily curriculum. This is not a futuristic fantasy, but a very achievable reality. We stand at the dawn of an era where education must evolve to prepare our children for jobs that do not yet exist. We must nurture them to be architects of their own future, their minds rooted in the rich history, in the rich soil of Saint Lucian heritage, their eyes set on the horizons of global innovation. However, the path of technological advancement is not without its challenges. As we integrate more technology into various sectors, we must confront the reality of job displacement. The concern that increasing use of technologies might replace workers in certain roles is valid and demands our attention. The solution lies not in resisting technological change, but in adapting to it. We must develop strategies that balance technological advancement with societal welfare. A key component of this strategy is reskilling and upskilling programs. For workers in roles vulnerable to automation, we need to provide avenues for them to gain new skills, skills that align with the future job market, which will have higher demand for technological literacy and problem-solving abilities. Our technical and vocational training programs should also ensure that graduates are able to diagnose and repair some of our numerous technological devices. Our focus must be on training our people for jobs of the future, emphasizing the cultivation of skills that AI cannot replicate. Skills such as creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and interpersonal communication are uniquely human attributes that will remain in demand. These skills are our true value in an increasingly automated world. In embracing technology, we must also open doors to new career opportunities, from design and engineering to quality assurance and data analysis. By investing in education and training programs in these areas, we can prepare our workforce for these emerging roles, ensuring that the transition into this new technology-focused role is inclusive and beneficial for all. Our population pyramid today is very different than in 1979, given the decline in birth rate and increase in life expectancy. The workforce we need to train for the next 10 years should include adults, and we should no longer view education as only necessary for children. We all need to continually learn new skills that are applicable for today's technology-driven world. Moreover, we must instill a culture of lifelong learning within our society. The notion that education ends with formal schooling is outdated in this rapidly evolving technological landscape. Our education system must transform into a living entity, continually responsive to the dynamic needs of the global economy and the aspirations of our people. Creating pathways for education and reskilling is crucial. We must develop programs and initiatives that allow our workforce to regularly update their skills, ensuring they remain competitive, adaptable, and productive. Partnerships between educational institutions such as Saint Lucian Community College, the private sector, and the government will be key. We need to focus on ways to increase the productivity of our workforce and encourage innovation and the adoption of technology to improve efficiency across sectors. Generative AI can also be used to deliver a personalized, immersive experience that engages our workforce and accelerates their knowledge retention for increased productivity. Moreover, as we embrace the potential of emerging technologies such as AI, we must also champion the use of the ethical use of such technology. The goal should not be to merely advance technologically, but to use these advancements to enhance the quality of life for all. This means ensuring that systems are designed and deployed in a manner that respects privacy, promotes equality, and mitigates biases. The continuous use of technology may also cause challenges such as isolation, loneliness, cyberbullying, and reduced interpersonal skills and empathy. We need to ensure that we have mechanisms to address these concerns that may arise with the increasing use of technological solutions. Technology advancements presents us with a profound opportunity to drive progress and innovation across various sectors. Yet it also challenges us to rethink and reshape our approach to work, education, and ethics. As we stand on the brink of this new era, let us embrace these challenges head on with a commitment to adapt, learn, and lead. Let us harness the power of emerging technologies to engineer a new Saint Lucia for future generations. We need to establish innovation hubs and technology incubators to foster a culture of entrepreneurship and creativity. Innovation hubs can help stimulate research and development activities to create innovative solutions that address local challenges and contribute to global competitiveness. A successful innovation lab can also attract investment capital and funding opportunities to support the growth and development of startups. Barbados recently established GovTech Barbados last year to lead their government's digital transformation and innovation ecosystem. Their mandate is to become a world-class digital hub that drives innovation to attract investors and generate income and commercial activity. Grenada also had a proposal for a vision and roadmap for a technology and innovation hub. Saint Lucian Community College announced plans previously for an innovation hub to be housed at the college and operate in partnership with the Taiwan Technical Mission. In the private sector, the Inter-American Development Bank and Novamed announced a recent partnership to focus on healthcare innovation. The Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association launched a technology task force to explore digital assets and other emerging technologies. This task force is led by our very own son of Nick Destang and can also assist in the development of innovative products and services for our tourism industry. Innovation hubs can also foster entrepreneurship by providing small businesses with resources, mentorship, and networking opportunities. The Youth Employment Agency, which includes a mentorship program, focuses on providing new entrepreneurs with business guidance based on experience and expertise. Innovation hubs can also help bridge the digital divide by providing access to technology, training, and resources for underserved communities, including women and rural populations. This can help encourage the development of technology-driven solutions that address pressing challenges in St. Lucia. When can we have a fully operational innovation hub in St. Lucia? On the slides, I have a list of what the ITU, what's considered basic ICT skills, and I encourage you to determine like where you fall on that spectrum and what learning that you may have to do. Over the past few years, there has been a shift in outsourcing strategies. Businesses want more efficient and cost-effective solutions. For example, 80% of companies in North America are actively considering nearshoring. As of today, nearshore companies based in Latin America and other nearby locations are providing benefits that have never been seen before. Latin America is emerging as a hub for technological innovation on a worldwide scale and is being recognized for its highly qualified professionals. St. Lucia has a golden opportunity to capitalize on this trend, which could result in significant economic gain. St. Lucia has advantages such as a similar time zone, an English-speaking population. Additionally, our cultural alignment guarantees efficient communication and real-time collaboration. The Inter-American Development Bank estimates that nearshoring outsourcing of services will add more than $14 billion to the export sector in Latin America after 2023. If St. Lucia can capture just 1% of this market, this would be a boost of $140 million to the economy. Recognizing the demand for cloud computing engineers, given the projected $8.6 trillion in lost revenue as a result of a global shortage in these engineers, Sheldon Gilbert, a fellow St. Lucian and Yale University graduate, launched a specialized workforce training nonprofit academy called Cura Labs. In less than 3 years, Cura has trained and placed nearly 100 engineers at an 85% placement rate at multiple Fortune 500 companies and generated over $12 million in new wages. In an effort to seize the nearshoring market opportunity, Cura has trained engineers in St. Lucia and Trinidad and connected them with American companies for critical cloud infrastructure services. Cybersecurity also provides additional nearshoring opportunities, as many organizations are using or considering nearshore models of cybersecurity to protect their digital assets. Nearshore cybersecurity services can include threat monitoring, incident response, and security assessments. St. Lucia has the capabilities to develop the talent and skill set to analyze complex cybersecurity challenges. The ability to think analytically and creatively is crucial for a cybersecurity-focused workforce. As we celebrate our nation's independence, we need to create and build or enhance initiatives to engineer St. Lucia's development. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed delegates, and cherished compatriots, as we draw this lecture to a close, let us reflect on the significance of this moment. Tonight, as we celebrate 45 years of St. Lucia's independence, as we stand on the threshold of a new era. This celebration transcends the mere marking of a historical milestone. It represents the laying of a foundation for a future that is filled with the promise of innovation and technological advancement. My journey from humble beginnings on the shore of our beloved St. Lucia to the global stage serves as a testament to the values that our nation holds dear. It is a narrative steeped in unity, resilience, and creativity. the very values that will underpin our foray into becoming a leader in the global tech economy. These values, intrinsic to our Saint Lucian identity, are the bedrock in which we will build a future not just of participation, but of leadership, innovation, and trailblazing achievements. As we embark on this exciting journey, let us draw inspiration from the enduring spirit of our people, the rich tapestry of our culture, woven over centuries, is a wellspring of creativity and ingenuity. It is this cultural heritage, combined with the boundless potential of our youth, that will propel us forward into a future where technology is not just an adjunct, but a central pillar of our national development. Devant ensemble, moving forward together, is more than just a motto. It is a guiding principle. It calls for us to unite in our efforts, to collaborate across sectors and disciplines, and to harness our collective energy and intellect of our nation. Together, we can envision and create a future where technology not only enhances our independence, but enriches the lives of every Saint Lucian. As we look towards the next 45 years and beyond, let us commit to a vision of Saint Lucia that shines brightly on the world stage, a beacon of technological innovation, a crucible of creativity, and a paradigm of sustainable development. Let this vision inspire us, guide our actions, and unite us in our quest for progress and prosperity. In closing, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for your presence, your engagement in the discussion subsequently, your commitment to the journey ahead. Your participation tonight is a reflection of your dedication to the future of our nation. I'd like to express sincere gratitude to everyone who has assisted me in preparing these remarks, in particular, Neil Bipa, Dr. Patrick Joseph, who is right here tonight, Zane Bernard, and my wife, Charlene Justin Samuel. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you, and may God continue to bless our beautiful St. Lucia as we strive confidently into a future illuminated by the light of innovation and the strength of our united spirit. As Nelson Mandela once remarked, it always seems impossible until it is done. I now invite the audience to provide feedback and look forward to the interactive discussion.
What a profound message from Mr. Javed Samuel. I think that was a beautiful, is it on? I think that was a beautiful delivery of both the past and present realities. The past and present realities of Caribbean innovation. So can we please just give him another round of applause? All right, at this time, like he said, my name is Anna Keburu. I am the General Manager of Optronics. I did forget to tell you that at the beginning. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Javed when he took some time out of his busy schedule to sit with us as a team and speak to us about cybersecurity and what we could do as a company to improve our offerings and ensure that we were following all the guidelines that have been set out in that particular field. But he's here now with all of us, so we all have the opportunity to pick his big brain and ask him some questions, give him some comments, give him some feedback on that illuminating message that he just shared with us. So at this time, we will be taking feedback and questions from the audience, there are mics in 1, 2, 3 of the aisles, so you can just get up and go to any one of those, introduce yourself, and pose your question or your comment to the speaker. Do we have any volunteers? Oh, we have someone. All right.
Good night, everyone.
Remember to introduce yourself.
So I am Kevin Clark. I am a mathematics teacher at Sahara Seaman Secondary School. So as an educator, I have a question for you. You made mention about the fact that our education system has to be restructured, that it's outdated. You also compared Saint Lucia to Singapore, and you compared the GDP, and made mention as to what they did with the education system that probably contributed to that increase in the GDP. So my question to you is, how can our educators deal with the issues of prioritizing performance over emphasizing on creativity? Because, we have our regional exam, CSEC, and all our educators, their main goal is to try to get everyone to pass the exams that CSEC sets, but the exams are not really tailored towards creativity. So what can we do as educators? How can we prioritize that? Because it's our job for us to be able to get the students to pass, but then while trying to get that job done, we kind of push aside the creativity. Because I can give my own story as a student. I was interested in electronics and robotics. I went to St. Mary's College, and each form that I went to, I always wanted to learn how to build a robot. I always wanted to learn how to build my own devices. I used to try to make an FM radio transmitter. So you look at YouTube videos a lot, but I expected to learn these things at school, but electronics wasn't even a subject that was offered at St. Mary's College, which I went to. So, what really can we do?
Yeah, and that's a very good question. Part of the challenge is balancing what is the regional examination. It's part of my role as on the CSEC as assistant examiner. I remember when I first started, I was trying to have more real-world problem-solving questions. And I was told that we need to have it more like broken down, like A, B, C, D, in order for students to be able to, so you can basically see, work within all steps. That in some respects defeats creativity. And in a couple of the exams initially, what we did was we added a hint. So you ask the question, I have a hint suggesting what to do. So one of the things that we need to do is we need to change our examination model, which a lot of it is focused on memorizing and regurgitating basically what you could ask ChatGPT, and an exam testing that is less valuable. What we want to do is to be able to have more group projects, more collaborative, even with the advent of the project with CPAEA, now that we have a group project, a project component to it, hopefully that leads to more creativity, more projects being produced by students. In a lot of cases, when we have SBAs, again, look at my role on with CXC here, you see a vast difference in the quality of SBAs that are provided at times, with some students basically writing something from a book, while others having something that shows a great deal of creativity. Some of that has to do with the guidance that they are provided in the education sector. So we need our teachers to note that they may need to learn that creativity and problem-solving skills themselves and be willing to do so in order to guide the students here. But it is going to be that balancing act between what our examination boards require and what we would like to teach. In my view, the examination boards might be going a bit too slow, but we do need to have this balancing act between what the world that our youth will inherit. But a very good question and insights.
Good night, everyone. My name is Nehal Wadwani. I'm a current student at the South Louis Community College, and I was one of the students who traveled for the robotics competition. My question to you would be, as a student, how can we garner more support or like more resources that we too can empower our peers into using technology and being creative? How can we as a student like foster a community where persons are more supportive and that there is a background for students who are interested in robotics, such as I, have that community in Saint Lucia itself to grow and prosper?
Yeah, that's a great question. I said, as mentioned earlier, collaboration, working with like-minded folks is going to be critical. I do think that it would be great to see a robotics club, an engineering club in many of our secondary schools at South Louis, and encouraging, and that can be student-led. It's just a lot of times just brainstorming and being folks just thinking about similar problems or related issues can help provide insights that are going to be very difficult for you to do individually. So it obviously remains a challenge from a resourcing standpoint, and that as a developing island, that certainly makes things a lot more difficult. In today's world, we can also leverage a lot of the resources that are available electronically. And yes, while it's be great to have the robots on all the hardware physically here, we can learn some of those techniques from virtually using various software tools, be able to, I'm not saying it's the same thing as having the physical robot. I remember in doing robotics myself, it seemed a lot easier doing it in software. And then when you put the same thing into the robot, it does the wrong thing. Well, in my view, the wrong thing. But it's still a starting point, being able to do it in software and understand the techniques of what should be done. And what we want is, as we can try to gather more investment and be able to show the value of why we need those additional supporting resources, hopefully we can create this environment that fosters the development you were asking about.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I am Stephen Felix, and I'm the founder of Medial Health, where we use technology to basically reduce the inefficiencies in healthcare. My question here is about policy, right? So we speak about all those technological changes and AI and data and whatnot, but some of our policies don't really support some of those changes, right? So how do we ensure that with all of the technology that we want to push in the country, that our policies are also updated and move along with those changes that we want to make?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know if I'm the best qualified person for us. So probably a lawyer that will be able to give more specific advice. But I completely agree with your sentiment, Stephen. Even in the digital currency project I was looking at right now, one of the challenges is we can have all of our technical metrics and other things that we would like, but it's what's in our legal system, what is being required to do. And in some cases, our policy is being dictated by the larger developed countries. And then they may not necessarily apply exactly for our use case. So what I think that what we can help folks in the technology field is providing insights or helping as we draft that new legislation, what those policies are supposed to look like in various professional boards. In some cases, we also need to, I think a more regional approach would be preferable, because if, like in Stephen's case, he has to follow a separate medical data policy for St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Trinidad, all Caribbean islands, it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to build his application. Having more harmonized policies across the region, as long as it makes sense, should be the direction that we should be trying to move towards.
I want to ask a question, observation, suggestions with regards to my work and experience as a medical doctor. One of the saddest things that I've seen in St. Lucia is that a lot of us cannot marry IQ with EQ. How do you suggest, if you think that is possible, AI could help in that? That's one of the things. Because it's sad that you meet individuals, for example, they get A in physics, A in maths, etc. And you know what you tell them? Yes, you may be learned, but you're just not smart. Okay? That is across the board in Saint Lucia. Another thing is that, you know what? Our system, because of our colonial past, it engenders what is called elitism. You know what we do? We have this base, and then we go towards the pyramid. Because how many? It's more than 40 years. We're still giving 2 island scholarships. Look at Barbados and so on. Unless we go into our schools and re-engineer our thinking, we're not going to succeed. That is one of the things I see. One of the things that I was told when I was in medical school, good medicine can be practiced on the breadfruit tree, because guess what? What is important is what is between the 2 ears of the doctor, meaning the concepts that he deals with. We need to go back and look at our system and teach children to integrate and the logical and critical thinking that you talk about. Okay, I talk to some students and they say, okay, great, I'm willing to do 20 subjects. And I say, all right, you did 9 at one stage, you're doing 20 now. Which one was easier? You know what they say? The second set, because you know what? I could draw from physics and apply it to a solution, to a problem. I could use mathematics, I can use accounting, and so that is called scaffolding and integrating. We need to look at our teachers, because a lot of our teachers, you know what they are? The limiting factor to our own development. Because they themselves, they are Neanderthals when it comes to their thinking. We need to open up our thinking. We have a serious problem. We're not going to solve it with all that technology. We need to go back and re-engineer our thinking. We need to be honest with ourselves, because one of the biggest problems, you meet people, Oxford graduate, honors, etc., and you know what? They're worse than babies, because guess what? Problem solving and dealing in, social interaction, it's impossible for them. Because you know what they are? They are socially awkward. Our system needs to teach them. You know what? Draw a little, what you call classical education. Every single student needs to know a little bit about history, physical education, foreign language, etc. You know why? You build that complete individual. I think that's one of our main problems. I don't know if let AI tackle it and show people how they can marry EQ with IQ.
I do agree on the point that was brought there. And one of the things our education system, as was pointed out, focuses on knowledge, or like just building like facts and being able to recite that. Going back to like EQ, emotional intelligence, one of the challenges of what we can improve on that is encouraging more collaboration. How many of us have, when you were at school, liked group work? Like a lot of times we feel like, okay, I'll just do well in the exam. If it's group work, I'll do it all myself, or let someone else do it. Group work was challenging. However, when we move over to the professional world, basically all of our work is all group work. We very rarely have something that's going to be, here's an exam, I'll get 100 in an exam. Most likely your job is not going to be that. But our education system forces or like incentivizes us to focus on just the IQ part of it, on just learning and being able to do well on the exam. As was pointed out, it means that students may de-emphasize other parts of it until they are then placed in a situation when they move out of the education system into the working world, where certainly it's no longer an examination. And we need to encourage that from earlier in our education system, where we have students, and it's not going to be easy, like someone that's I remember like doing like project work and thinking that, hey, I'll just do it myself. In retrospect, it would have been better to learn how to do it together with other classmates, because that's what will be required when you move into the working world. You cannot simply say you will do it yourself, because you will never be able to achieve it. The tasks you are going to be given then are not going to be tractable to do it yourself. It's tractable to do it yourself in secondary school, but not when you move over to the working world.
Thank you, Dr. Siles Wilson, for your input. Thank you, Mr. Javed Samuel, for answering our questions tonight. And we have come to the end of the question and answer session. We will now call on Ms. Sunita Daniels, CEO of Export Saint Lucia, with the token of appreciation for our featured speaker.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am especially pleased and proud to present to my fellow Algerian a little token of appreciation, all locally produced from Saint Lucia. Javed, if you could come. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Mr. Javed Samuel. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed presenter, Mr. Javed Samuel, for his presentation on engineering St. Lucia's development through technological innovation as part of our celebrations for the 45th independence anniversary of St. Lucia. Your expertise and passion for the subject matter has provided us with an insight into the many opportunities waiting to be harnessed for the expansion of our economy and the benefit of our people. I would also like to express our sincere appreciation to all the attendees for your active participation and engagement throughout the lecture. Your presence and enthusiasm contributed to the success of the event, and we are truly grateful for your support. Honorable Prime Minister, as usual, we would like to extend our appreciation for not only your presence here, but your championing of activities like this, which encourage critical thinking and the celebration of St. Lucians. Thank you. As we reflect on the importance of our nation's independence, I encourage you to participate in the upcoming events, particularly on Independence Day, February 22nd, at the Soufrière Mini Stadium from 9 a.m. onward. Once again, thank you to our presenter, the attendees both here and online, and everyone involved in making this lecture a memorable and enriching experience. Happy 45th Independence Anniversary, St. Lucia, and may God continue to bless us all. Have a good evening. Thank you.
I'm sure we all enjoyed listening to Mr. Javed Samuel, speak about both his experience and his vision for the future of St. Lucia. Remember to attend the parade, rally, and showcase in Soufrière that is coming up. It's on Thursday this week, and we can all please stand for the exit of the Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre. All right, thank you everybody and have a wonderful evening. We will now have some light entertainment and refreshments.
Saint Lucia, all roads lead to Soufrière on Thursday. Saint Lucia, all roads lead to Soufrière on Thursday, February 22nd, to celebrate the 45th independence anniversary of our beloved country. Ring in 45 at midnight with a flag-raising ceremony at the Soufrière waterfront. At 9 a.m., we head to the Soufrière Mini Stadium, Independence Village, for the military parade, followed by the Independence Rally at 2 p.m. At 5 p.m., let's show the world the talent and splendor that makes us uniquely Saint Lucian, with performances by Ronald Buhinson, Arthur Allaire, and many more at the Independence Showcase. Experience 45 in the Souf. Make it a staycation. Follow us on social media at 758 Independence for more information. Tuva Assam, building a nation through unity, resilience, and creativity.